Danny Ings possibly re-signing for Liverpool. Now we don't know whether or not these rumours might be true, but I just want to go through basically what I basically is the reason why I think we should go back in for Danny Ings. Now Danny Ings will be 29 on the 23rd of July, so in a week and a half, 29. But I look at a few factors. What Klopp was saying about Danny Ings when he left, the fact that Klopp didn't want him to go anyway, the fact that Klopp understood that he had to sort of go to get game time. And looking on the social media platforms at the moment regarding Liverpool fans and stuff like that, you would think that Danny Ings has spent his whole time at Southampton on the treatment table. He categorically hasn't. Yes, he's had niggles. Yes, he's had injuries, but doesn't every single player get injuries? It's rare that you get a player that doesn't just literally, stay on the field every single game. It's not going to happen. So for all those supporters that think Danny Ings would be a waste of time based on his injury record, can I just put forward that the fact he's played 67 games for Southampton and scored 34 goals. That's more or less 1 in 2. So he's rejected a new contract offer from Southampton, and let's not get it twisted. His contract runs out next year. So what are they looking at getting for him? We sold him for £20 million. So I reckon you're probably looking at around 12 million, 15 million quid. Maybe a couple of add-ons if we won the league or something like that. So I kind of look at it like, basically, 67 games for Southampton, 34 goals. Will he play for Liverpool every game? No. So his chances of getting injured more is less. Does Klopp ever go back in for players? No, he categorically doesn't. I don't know one player that Klopp has ever re-signed. And let's not get it twisted. In January, when we desperately needed a centre-back, you had Socrates that he had at Dortmund available on a free, and he didn't even go in for him. He won't go back in for Coutinho. It's as if Coutinho's let him down when he left, so why would he go back in for Coutinho? He never went in for any Dortmund players when we got Klopp. So to me, it points towards it not happening. But then again, there's always a possibility when it goes down to someone like Danny Ings, because at the club he's loved because he was such a decent human being, but also from scoring 34 goals in 67 games in the Premier League. To me, listen, if we get £12 million for Divock Origi, right, which is rumoured to be what we're going to get for him, and we can get Danny Ings for that, no-brainer. In fact, if anything, why don't you say to Southampton, we'll give you £7 million and Divock Origi. Divock Origi will do a good job for Southampton, I think. And I've said this on my videos before. I actually think that if Origi plays every week, he's 25 years old, he's good on his left foot, he's good on his right foot, he's quick, he's quite hard to play against. Listen, he did well against Barcelona, so he can play against the best. So I just generally think that it's a no-brainer. We need a striker, and who better to come in than the second top goal scorer of an English player in the Premier League? He's only beaten by Harry Kane. He scores 1 in 2, and Manchester City want him. And if Manchester City get him, and he adds 34 and 67 for them, I worry. And I just look at it like this: sell Divock Origi, get in Danny Ings. We know the lad, we know the player. I was going to a lot of games under Brendan Rodgers, and he was brilliant until he got his injury. And I just think he works hard, he chases down well, he can score with his left foot, with his right foot. And I just generally believe that it just makes sense. We sold him for £20 million. He scored 34 goals in 67 games. He's 29 years old, only just turning that, by the way, in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to get a good 3 years off him. He never really has relied on pace. He's just a good marksman, a good goal scorer. If you're going to add a striker that scores 1 in 2, right, for 12 million, 15 million max, I can't see anybody else out there that you are guaranteed to get a return off. Again, it goes into that one thing. Are we signing players at the age of 29 plus? We rarely do. But if we were to go in for Danny Ings, I'm sure yous would all welcome him back just as much as I would. And from the comments I'm seeing as I'm speaking now, it seems to be the case. He was a very popular man with the supporters and with the players. Sorry about the traffic going by. I'm just on Arcoles Lane, so you can imagine this is busy with Anfield Road being locked off at the moment. So good luck to England tonight as well, for those that are watching it, are going to be watching that as well. So I'm going to just do a little piece on obviously this is a piece on Danny Ings, but there's a couple of other players we're rumoured to get as well, or to go in for, and it's a game of chess at the moment. It literally is. Once one goes out, one goes in, and let's not forget there's a quota to keep as well. We need to keep the quota of homegrown players, British players, blah blah blah, and we also need to make sure we run our club like a business. We're not Man City, and for them fans that keep demanding we go and spend this, that and the other, I keep saying this, we have spent £100 million on players since September with no outgoings. So all this kind of bull that goes around that, FSG only spend when they sell, yeah, they normally do to balance the books, but they haven't this time. They've brought in Thiago, Diego Jota and Konate without a return yet of incoming. So Danny Ings, get him in. 12 to 15, 16, 17 million is a fee I think they will ask for him, because he runs out of contract. In fact, he could sign a pre-contract with Liverpool in January. Do you wait? That's the reason why. If they want Taki Minamino, swap him. We only paid £7 million for Taki Minamino anyway. Swap him for Danny Ings. They get Minamino, we get Danny Ings. The job's done, and I think we should do that. Get your comments on the video, and I'll be back over the next few weeks with loads of more videos. As soon as we sign a player, I'll be doing something. And get subscribing. Get your friends to subscribe to this channel, because I apologise for my videos going around the ground to get the Anfield development weekly video we do of the ground, the Annie Road end getting built, or the foundations going now, and then it will eventually get built. We were trying device after device. We were trying my phone, Craig's phone, and we were thinking, why is this doing this? And we just realised, we've got to remember we're a new channel. We were going live. We don't need to go live. We just need to record and then post later. So the quality of these videos now of Annie Road getting built will be phenomenal from this Monday. Have a great weekend. It's because football's on today. Have a great week, and D2B TV is on the up, and we will be back on the 12th of July for the initial pre-season report. And for every single game, we will have we will basically have a watch along, and we'll have Cheeky Jurgen, who's down in London at the moment with Craig, my partner of the channel, co-partner, and we'll have him at home games as well. So you can come meet D2B TV and have a photo with Jurgen as well, Cheeky Jurgen. Everything's going well for the group, and thanks for your support, and I'll see you all soon. You'll never walk alone.